Guys, I'm gonna reveal to you why people hate the truth. It's because they live a fucking lie. And so what you have to understand is every day you wake up and you refuse to confront your shadow, you refuse to look in the mirror and confront yourself, and so you wear a mask to hide the disparity of what you truly are. You guys hide in the shadows, you guys betray yourself on an endless cycle, and you take arrogance and pride in the fact you do nothing but tarnish your one life. And so if that's what you believe you're worth, go ahead and be that. And let's watch you descend through life. Well, what I want you guys to truly understand, especially for the people who wear a mask but want to take it off, for those people in specific, you have to understand that it all begins with confrontation. And so the worst people in the world, they don't want to confront who they are. Matter of fact, they'll hide, and anything that seeks to reveal, they'll despise. You have to understand you only live one life. And if you believe you're worth hiding in the shadow, watching the porno, always being weak-willed, a weak individual, a peon, a bitch that refuses to look in the mirror and truly say, you know what, fuck, I only live once. What beauty, what talent, what could I express in my life? What could I overcome to individuate into a higher quality individual, to be a higher quality specimen? You know what, fuck society, fuck the eyes. What the fuck do I want? What the fuck do I care about? Let me pedestal myself in humility and let me move through life with some fucking power, some fucking vitality, some fucking life force. Most of you guys don't have any fucking life, and so here you are silently siphoning. Here you are in the shadows. You don't even know what you're doing. You're so unconscious. You walk the earth like a fucking zombie. You don't know what you do, why you do it. You simply feel the disparity, and here you are all emotional in your fucking feelings. Look in the fucking mirror, bitch, and confront what the fuck you neglect. Because you have to understand that we truly are a collective. And if we want to have a higher quality of life, well, it begins with everyone. And so if one person is higher quality than the person who's next to, if I'm higher quality than you, if you're higher quality than me, well, then someone needs to level the fuck up. But most of you guys don't actually see value for value, and you exist in a state where you believe that anything that is projected onto you with a marker of validation, of validity, is instantly valuable. But what we have to understand is that there's projected value and there's actual value. And so projected value is when someone validates you, but is it really truly fact? Because I can validate you for being fucking fat. I can validate you for picking up a fucking bottle and passively killing yourself. And I can validate you for being nothing but the worst. And so you have to understand that validation doesn't fucking matter. The only thing that matters is results and facts. And so you have to understand that progression is the only succession, and no one gives a fuck about the rest. And so most of you guys don't actually progress through life. Matter of fact, you're very fucking stagnant and redundant. And when it comes to actually taking action, you plunder under the red button because you're too fucking weak to click it and to double down on everything which is going to multiply and expand you through life. And so most people, they are always seeking to find the appearance of success. What can I see to validate his success? But you guys refuse to actually look at the back end of what creates success. And the reason you can't see success for actual success is because you are unsuccessful. And so here you are wearing a mask, pretending you're successful. Here you are walking around, pretending you're the highest of the high when you're lowest of the low. Here you go, pretending you are that when you are not. And here you go, pretending to be happy when you truly are not. And so you have to understand that the more you care about yourself, the more you care about your life, that's the reflection of how much you love it. And so most of you guys don't actually care for yourself at all. I mean, you guys do the exact polarity of care for yourself, and here you are trying to perform to somehow shrink the fact you don't care about yourself when it's very fucking obvious. And so you could say you care about yourself, but if you are actually emanating and moving through reality, reflecting something which is in disparity, which is very voidful of love, a very consumeristic modality of existing, the lack of actual productivity, to produce higher qualities of self, to produce higher qualities of life, then it's very fucking obvious you don't value yourself, you don't value your life, and you definitely don't give a fuck, nor love, or care about who you are, because you're not doing anything to prove it through action. And so everyone loves themselves until we tell you to quit your fucking addiction, go look in the mirror and realize you're a fat bitch, and do some shit to change it, pussy. And all of you guys sit here in your fucking malice and your fucking arrogance because you are so inferior to the highest version of you that anything that reflects your impotence, you automatically hate. You automatically create a false sense of superiority because you can't actually compute the accolades of which are in front of you. You can't actually compute with your fucking minute inertia brain of what the fuck is actually happening. And what the fuck is actually happening is someone is fucking pulling the shadow out of you by its neck, putting it in your fucking face and telling you to confront it. And the more you don't want to confront yourself, the more you'll suffer in silence. And so everyone thinks it's funny games until minds start glitching and the cadences of the shadow begin to reveal itself. And you are who you are when these things confront you, and you are your divinity, your identity is going to reveal itself through the way you confront and the way you handle and the way you process these cadences that seek to destroy you. And so the strongest of people, they master the chambers of silent torture and torment. They master the chambers of cadences. They master themselves, and they become a higher quality individual by actual ascending and transcending the regressional thoughts of the brain, of the human, of the individual, the shadow. And most of you guys truly fail at mastering your shadow, and so you will always be enslaved to it, and you will always have to sit here and be manipulated by something you don't want to be controlled by. And so you guys truly have to understand that the individual is made through the forging of the confronting and actually transmuting of the shadow. And the shadow reveals itself every time you feel some type of way and you don't know why. Every time you get bombarded with cadences and you don't know how to solve it, like your mind's this big knot of distortion and you can't actually do anything to fix it because you're too fucking stupid. How about you understand that the cadences were always there, and instead of panicking and being a soulless fucking vessel, go look in the mirror and go hit the fucking floor, do some push-ups, and earn your fucking gratitude, bitch. You guys don't earn your gratitude. You have to understand that gratitude is the only fucking cheat code. And so most of you guys sit here in your cadences, but you guys aren't grateful for the fact you're living. And so God doesn't give a fuck about you. Matter of fact, allow this pussy ass bitch to suffer in that shit. Matter of fact, make this shadow fucking denser so he fucking suffers in torture. You guys don't understand that you have to earn your gratitude. Most of you guys say, oh, I'm grateful. And then here you go, sabotaging yourself out of anything beautiful in life. Become the embodiment of gratitude through the way you maneuver life, through the trajectory you choose to move in, through the way you choose to be and become and grow, and to outshine and outgrow the people who choose to remain bozos, who sit there and try to validate themselves through others, but when they look in the mirror, they're a fucking failure, a divine one at that. And so I want you guys to truly understand that the individual is created through the overcoming and the conquering of the shadow. And the more you are conquered by your shadow, the more you'll be silently tortured in it. And the more we'll have to come to the realization you're nothing but a waste of space on earth and a void to be aware of. And may your shadow consume you and use you as fuel to be more powerful, because the shadow is the only powerful thing about you. But fuck, we outshine you, and now you're blinded by the light. So now you're powerless and inferior in the presence of something divine and beyond you. And so you guys have to truly understand that it truly is about the forging of identity and the becoming of the most authentic, auspicious version of you. And the more people hate you for it, the better you're fucking doing, because you're outshining them and they want you to fall back into the limitation of what the fuck they see in the mirror. We don't fall back, bitch. You know what we do? We see the setback and we look up and we say, fuck, that's where the fuck we're going. And then we continue climbing. And so most people, they break when it's hard, motherfucker. Our lows are our highs, and this is why we don't need to get high. This is why we go through life and we ride the waves and we surf and flow. Most of you guys aren't flow, so you never grow. You guys are in a stagnant, redundant, complacent state of consciousness, and may you suffer in the accumulative spiritual depth of silent torment as your shadow berates you and exposes you to what the fuck you really are, which is just some myopic bitch.